Hi friends, in the previous lecture of American Depository Receipts part first, we have discussed what is American Depository Receipts, its meaning, how it works in the US market, and what is ADR. Then we were discussing in the previous lecture the types of ADR. You can revisit that video again. Here sponsored ADR and unsponsored ADR we have seen. Types of American depository receipts we have seen the main difference between sponsored and unsponsored. Then in the previous lecture we have discussed the level first American depository receipts, level second American depository receipts, and third depository receipts. Then also we have discussed the pricing and cost of American depository receipts, and in the today's lecture I have planned to discuss the advantages and disadvantages of ADR and the history of American depository receipts, then difference between the ADR and GDR, and many more things we are going to discuss in this lecture. So let us start with the advantages of ADR. What is ADR and how it works? You have to visit part first for the this content. In this lecture we are going to study the advantages of ADR. ADR just like stocks, this means they trade on a stock exchange or over the counter, making them fairly easy to access and trade, and investor can also easily track their performance by reviewing market data, like we study market data for general shares or to purchase any securities or to investing before investing any type of securities like that. Here ADR can be the information can be accessed easily to invest in ADR. Second benefit or advantage is purchasing ADR is easy because they are available directly through American brokers. American citizen or investors, they do not have to go on the international stock exchanges. This eliminates the need to go through foreign channels to buy stock in a company in which you may be interested. And since they are available domestically, shares are denominated in US dollars, which means you avoid any direct risk associated with fluctuations in the currency rate. Here the American or US investors getting benefit of risk involved in the currency or exchange rate, currency exchange rate risk. So here currency exchange rate risk eliminated here. One of the most obvious benefit of investing in ADR is that they provide investors with a way to diversify their portfolio. Diversification of portfolio means investing in different type of securities so that the fluctuations in one or two securities may be risk of fluctuation may be eliminated by good returns from other securities. So diversification means investing small amount in different type of securities. So here with the ADR, investors can diversify their portfolio. Investing in international securities allows you to open your investment portfolio up to a greater reward along with the risk here. Now let us discuss the disadvantages of ADR. The first and main problem associated with ADRs are that they may involve double taxation locally and abroad. Means they have to pay, maybe this happen that a US investor have to pay tax in their home country and abroad also. And how many companies are listed? So here, unlike domestic companies, there are a limited number of foreign entities whose ADR are listed for the public to trade. Second thing is, the second disadvantage is some ADR may not comply with Security Exchange Commission regulations of US. These are called unsponsored ADR. So unsponsored ADR means, here the foreign company is not sponsoring, only US bank or financial institution purchasing foreign company stocks and converting it into ADR, that is the company, that financial institution or bank issuing ADR on the basis of foreign stock, foreign shares stock with them. So here, in fact, some companies may not even provide permission to list their shares in this way, which so these unsponsored ADR which have no direct involvement by the company. So this is the second disadvantage. And although investors can avoid any of the direct risks that come with currency exchange, they may incur currency conversion fees when they invest in ADRs. These fees are established in order to directly link the foreign security and one trade on the domestic market. So this is the disadvantage. In a nutshell or in a summarized form, we can say that advantages of ADRs are easy to track and trade, available through US brokers, denominated in dollars, and fourth advantage is offer portfolio diversification. Like advantages, there are some disadvantages. In a summarized form, we can say that it could face double taxation, limited selection of companies. Unsponsored ADR may not comply with the Security Exchange Commission's rules regulations. And last one is investors may incur currency conversions fee. So these are the two advantages and disadvantages in the summarized form. Now let us discuss what is the American Depository Receipts history. Before American depository receipts were introduced in the 1920s, American investors who wanted shares of a non-US listed company could only do so on international exchanges. While easier in the contemporary digital age, there are still drawbacks to purchase shares on international exchanges. One particularly daunting roadblock is currency exchange issue is there. Another important drawback is the regulatory differences between US and foreign exchanges are there. Before investing in an internationally traded company, US investors have to familiarize themselves with the different financial authorities' regulations, or they could risk misunderstanding important information such as the company's financial data, market data, and many regulations of financial regulatory authorities in different different countries, and rules and regulation of government in that particular company, or maybe stock exchanges regulation rules are there. So they might also need to set up a foreign account, as not all domestic brokers can trade internationally. ADR were developed because of the complexities involved in the buying shares in foreign countries and the difficulties associated with trading at different prices and currency values. JP Morgan's predecessor firm, Guaranty Trust, pioneered the ADR concept in 1927 and it created and launched the first ADR, enabling US investor to buy shares of famous British retailer Selfridges, and helping the luxury store tap into global market. New ADR was listed on the New York Curb Exchange. A few years later, in 1931, the bank introduced the first sponsored ADR for British music company, Electrical and Musical Industries, also known as EMI. The eventual home of the Beatles. Today, JP Morgan and BNY Mellon, another US bank, continue to be actively involved in the ADR markets. Now, this was the short history of American depository receipts. Now, here is the real world example of ADR. Between 1988 and 2018, a German car manufacturer Volkswagen AG traded over OTC, over the counter, in the US as a sponsored ADR under the ticker VLK. In August 2018, Volkswagen terminated its ADR program. The next day, JP Morgan established an unsponsored ADR for Volkswagen, now trading under the ticker WAGI. Investors who held the old VLK ADR had the option of cashing out, exchanging the ADR for actual shares of Volkswagen stock trading on German exchanges, or exchanging them for the new WAGI ADRs. Here is the questions in the mind of investors or those who are studying ADR. If I own an ADR, is it the same as owning shares in the company? So the answer is not exactly. ADRs are US dollar denominated certificates that trade on American stock exchanges and track the price of a foreign company's domestic shares. ADRs represent the prices of those shares but do not actually grant you ownership right as common stock typically does. Second thing is, some ADRs pays dividend and may be issued at various ratios. The most common ratio is 1:1, where each ADR represents one common share of the company. If an ADR is listed on an stock exchange, you can buy and sell it through your broker like any other shares. Because of this, and since they are priced in US dollars, ADRs allow American investors a way to diversify their portfolios geographically without having to open overseas accounts or dealing with foreign currency exchanges or exchange and taxes. Next thing is, why do foreign company list ADRs? The simple answer is foreign companies often seek to have their shares traded on US exchanges through ADR. The main reason is to obtain greater visibility in the international market, access to a larger pool of investors, and a coverage by more equity analysts. So these are the main purposes of foreign companies to list ADR. Companies that issue ADR may also find it easier to raise money in international markets when their ADRs are listed in US markets. The main types are here. What is a sponsored versus unsponsored ADR? We have discussed in the first part also. All ADR are required to have a US Investment Bank Act as their depository bank. The depository bank is the institution that issues ADR. maintains a record of the holders of ADRs, register the trade carried out, and distributes the dividends or interest on shareholders equity payment in dollars to ADR holders. In a sponsored ADR, the depository bank work with the foreign company and their custodian bank in their home country to register and issue the ADRs. An unsponsored ADR is instead issued by a depository bank without the involvement, participation, or even the consent of the foreign company it represents ownership in. In case of unsponsored ADRs are normally issued by broker dealers that own common stock in a foreign company and trade over the counter. Sponsored ADR are more commonly found on exchanges. Next is, what is the difference between an ADR and a GDR, that is American Depository Receipts and Global Depository Receipts. ADRs provide a listing to foreign shares in one market. US Global Depository Receipt on the other hand give access to two or more markets, most frequently the US and European market, with one fungible security. Fungible means interchangeability. GDRs are most commonly used when the issuers raises capital in the local market as well as in the international and US markets. But in case of ADR, the purpose of ADR is to raise the capital in the local market, that is US market only, and this can be done either through private placement or public offering in case of GDR. What is difference between ADR and GDR? Some extended things we can say that the question is an ADR same as an American Depository Receipt like ADS? American Depository shares are the actual underlying shares that the ADR represents. In other words, the ADS, that is American Depository shares, is the actual share available for trading, while the ADR represent the entire bundle of ADS issued. So ADR is the bundle of American Depository shares, and American Depository shares are the actual shares available for trading. So friends, that is from my side in this lecture. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, queries, you can write, text, or call me. Thanks for watching. Write your name in the comment box. See you in the next lecture. Good day.